Yeah, it's me again. I didn't fix my background yet, so it's over there. Yeah, I just found out some upsetting news. It's like the one guy that helped me is going to be quitting his job in December. It's like that's the guy that got me off of Xanax. I just had my tele appointment, and he is going to prescribe me gabapentin at the. I figured why push it, so it's I had the bottle there at the same dose, which is 100 milligrams 3 times a day, which I took 300 milligrams of it last night. A lot of times I just take it all at once a day. The 300 milligrams that I'm prescribed 3 times a day, I just take it all at once. It seems to work better that way. I noticed on my last couple videos, though, that I wouldn't call it necessarily slurring my speech, and I do have trouble speaking clearly now that I'm missing so many teeth. But I noticed that, like I said, I called the Atlantic Ocean the Pacific Ocean. I'm definitely not sharp a lot of times. I attribute some of that to the pain and some of that to the drugs. But I was definitely sharp on the phone with the dude. And so I did that well, but, I'm kind of freaked out that, like, okay, that's the one guy that, like, kind of understand each other, kind of trust me. It's my psychiatric nurse, and he's taking a different job, which I didn't mind the Brent guy taking a different job, but this guy's taking a different job. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Now, who am I going to get as his replacement? You know, am I going to get a Jeff Wilhelm, the guy that hurt my knee? Am I going to get somebody that'll be like, you know, you're not getting off this volume stuff fast enough, so I think we're just going to try an all or nothing approach and cut you off entirely. So, yeah, that's got me a little bit on the nervous side, you could say. I don't know how you like the picture video. I didn't have very good pictures. I don't know if I mentioned that's why I got stamps. Is I'm going to send a self-addressed stamped envelope to my brother because writing him is sometimes easier than talking to him, and ask him to take any pictures of me and point out some specific ones to see if he'll find them for me. And so I can get some more pictures. I don't like pictures because I don't, you know, people people that have had my life, they really don't want to remember it. It's like, yeah, I don't want to go into all that, but all my fondest wish ever since I can remember is just never to have existed. So if you think that way, like I wish I never existed, you don't want to look at pictures from the past, but I thought you might enjoy it, you know. Unfortunately, it doesn't translate very well, and I can't put the pictures in a scanner, and I'm not a tech guy, so I can't show you the pictures crystal clear. You couldn't even see the lit cigar in my mouth in the one picture with the green pajamas. Because I used to wear like ridiculously garish clothes, as odd as that sounds. Um, like one of my favorite shirts was hmm, very gay friendly, but I didn't realize it. But it was like a rainbow striped shirt. It didn't have rainbows on it or anything like that, but it was just striped with a whole bunch of colors. But I would have to pick out shirts that I would sweat profusely, which I don't seem to do anymore. Uh, until, of course, that guy hurt my knee, and then I sweat a lot now. But uh, on the 22nd of last month, but whatever, if it's a medication thing or whatever, I don't know. I don't sweat like I used to. I used to have to pick out clothes according to how they showed sweat, and that's why I would wear a lot of the same clothes all the time because they wouldn't show sweat, and I would have sweat stains on my stomach. Actually ruined one of my favorite coats. I over time, because I sweated through a winter coat, and it actually like uh, the xenomorph alien. My sweat was like acid and ate through the back of this coat. It's a winter coat, so it's just the disease. It's not, you're not sweating for any other reason than you're either nervous or it's just part of the disease. Um, yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely freaked out because I was like, oh, that's the one guy that I get along with. It's the guy that got me off of Xanax, put me on Valium, and that I can count on to prescribe me Valium. And it's like, hopefully, the next prescription I get off of him before because, let's see that red circle? That's a circle around zero. There's zero refills on those, so when he refills those, hopefully, it'll say 2 refills on it, so I can continue to stockpile in case the next prescriber I get is one of those one and done guys, you know, because there's no greater fear in my life than cold turkey withdrawal, especially with a heart condition and a weird disease. But it's like, yeah. So yeah, mm, yeah, I'm wigging. Yeah, I'm wigging a little bit. He referred to it as he's like, now for the crappy news on my end. And I'm like, yeah, that's crappy news, all right. It's like, you're the one guy that I found that understood, even heard of the Ashton method, used it successfully, got me off of Xanax on the low doses of Valium, and I can count on you to prescribe. I didn't say none of this crap, of course, but I can count on you to prescribe me Valium. And now you're telling me you're quitting, and you're not going to be my doctor anymore. You're not going to be my uh, prescriber anymore. So I got like roll the dice, and we all know how the universe treats me. You know, I go into a doctor, instead of helping me, they hurt me. Uh, yeah. He said that I told him about that, and he said that guy's a PA, a physician's assistant. So he had no business doing that shit. No business at all. Like messing with CPRS is what he called it. You didn't get the acronym right. But that's why he got sensitive when I asked him, like, you know what that is, right? As far as like the medication that I was taking, is because he's not really a doctor. He's a physician's assistant. Like he can prescribe things, but he's not a real boy. He's still Pinocchio. So uh, he's still getting his strings pulled by the Dr. Mason guy. So he had no business at all bending my knee around and asking me, does this hurt? Does this hurt? When he's dealing with something he knows nothing about. And it's like, I explained to the guy that's leaving, I just got off the phone with, like, I can't go back in there without saying something to him, and I can't guarantee that it won't turn ugly and I won't lose my temper. I'm like, you know my history. And he's like, yeah, I know. He's like, I was like, you know that I ran my landlord off his own property, and that if he didn't leave, I was going to get physical with him and assault him. He goes, yeah, I know. And it's like, I can't go back in there, and I can't go back in there without saying something to him. So I'm thinking about writing a letter. He suggested that I write a letter to his superior, which I was just going to write a letter to him personally, because I don't like getting people in trouble. But in this case, I might make an exception and talk to the Dr. Mason guy and explain the reason why you don't have me for a patient is Jeff Wilhelm did not understand what CRPS was, and explain the whole situation to him, and how I believe that he injured my knee by testing the range of motion in it when I did not get I do not have ordinary pain response because of a disease he didn't understand. So I could get a little bit of revenge, I suppose. I don't really need it. I need a new knee. I don't even care about that dumbass. I just don't want him to do that to anybody else. That's why I would be like, if I went in there and I seen the guy, I would have to say something to him about it so he wouldn't do it to nobody else. But if he cracked wise with me, or if he denied it, or if he went into defensive mode, I can't always predict my behavior. I mean, I have a violent history, so I can't. You know, I don't always have control of myself. Um, but yeah, I guess that's what I'll do is I'll write a letter to the Dr. Mason guy and explain to him why I'm not a patient of theirs, why I chose not to be a patient of theirs, and detail the incident. That's his superior. He's like they refer to him as Jeff. That's all I know him as Jeff. So like I don't. Does Jeff have a title? I mean, he's on this pill bottle right there. I don't know if you can read his name, but he's on that pill bottle. Is there any other information on there that can tell you anything about me? No. Just tells you where I pick up my drugs at. Yeah. I didn't think there would be. Let's see. Is my address on there or anything? I have to look in post production. I've been on here 3 days straight, so yeah, I won't keep you. I'll try to calm down. I have to wait for my aid worker. I don't know when she's going to show up. Both my phones were on this morning, and I didn't hear from. They call me when she doesn't come, or she can't make it, or she's going to be late, or whatever. But I bought some shipping labels from Walmart, so I just did my auctions. I put them together old school, and I'm going to send her to the post office with 6 packages. And I bought some shipping labels that are adhesive, and I got my printer working. So 100 shipping labels cost $9, so I guess that's not too brutal. And see if I can figure that out. But I'm going to do it with one thing, just in case I screw it up, or I don't know how to print them up right, or I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, I just don't have the patience to learn new things. Yeah, I'm sure it's in the manual somewhere that tells you how to print shipping labels or whatever. So yeah, I didn't mention that see that I changed my sheet. It only took me like a half an hour of fighting with the mattress, getting the old nasty bed bug cover off, and I'm wrestling with the thing and moving it around, and in this tiny room, and I had to take breaks and shit and do it with the window open, and was breaking out in a sweat from the pain of it. And but I got her done, uh, so that's good, I guess. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like when you're as unlucky as I am, and yeah, after a while you feel like snake bit. You feel like what's gonna happen to me next? It's like what's this new Psych Guy gonna be like? If I do go to Omni Orthopedics, what's gonna happen? You start to think it's hard to be positive when all your information is negative. Like um, I don't take it personally. A lot of people would be like, God, why do you hate me? I don't take things personally. I don't think the universe is um, aligned in such a way as to say, "Hey, you, squish." You know, I don't think of things that way. But at the same time, when a bunch of bad shit is always happening to you, and it reaches the point of absurdity, like getting sprayed in the face with bug poison, like having a meth house open across your street, and like um, having a doctor that's supposed to help you, that's actually a physician's assistant, actually make your knee at least 30% to 40% worse. And, when you're already hanging by your fingernails, and I don't know if I have any fingernails left that I've been hanging by, it makes you nervous because you're like, what hideous, horrible turn of luck is waiting around the bend for me. So that's why I was like in freak mode while he was telling me that, like, yeah, I'm leaving here in December. I'm like, so is this goodbye? And he's like, no, we'll have one more appointment. I'm leaving in December. I was like, I didn't even remember, like, oh, it's October. I didn't even think about that. My mind went blank. It's like I'm leaving at like toward the end of December. He's like, I'd like to get an appointment in on November, but the earliest day he could schedule was December 7th. So I might talk to him like one more time, and I probably could. This guy's cool, man. I like this guy. I can express my concerns to him and be like, what if the next person doesn't understand about benzodiazepines the way you do? And, you know, and he could, I don't know, address that, maybe leave a note for that other person. He said he did call Bender Woods Apartments for me, but he couldn't get no answer. So he did try. Because I was like, the Brent guy didn't try. He didn't try. It's up to me to try. And I told him I'll just look it up online if I feel like it, and just do the shit myself. Same way I did with the Stonehenge Apartments. That didn't want me because I didn't make enough money, even though I could afford to live there. And at the time, I had $6,000 saved. But yeah, I like a sensitive tooth there. But yeah, this isn't good news. It's not good news in any way, shape, or form. Um, it's like I need change, but I'm afraid to change at the same time. And it's not like afraid to change like in my brother's case where he won't change his cable company, you know, even though it's like, I'm telling you, if you get on this other service, it's cheaper. Dude, don't even have DVR, man. It's like, you'll have DVR, you don't have to sit through commercials. And it's like, why are you paying? He still hasn't done that. He still hasn't changed it. It's like, why aren't you, uh, you know, don't you get tired of like your services failing on you or your phone going out on you? He's actually missed fishing trips because he uses Spectrum, which used to be Time Warner cable, and his phone just wasn't working, and he didn't know it. And my best friend, is his fishing buddy, is like called him up, said was trying to call him up and say, "Do you want to go fishing?" And his phone wasn't working, so he's missed fishing trips over it. And he's one time his phone wasn't working, and my buddy just dropped by and knocked on the door and said, "You want to go fishing?" Um, so yeah, it's not that kind of fear of change. It's like, of course I need change. No, but this isn't what they call a tenable situation. This isn't something that can continue. I can't hang like this for very long, for very much longer. At the same time, it's like I'm afraid because I have horrible luck, and doctors can fuck you up as much as they can help you. Nobody knows that better than me. And it's like, if I don't get my leg helped instead of hurt, if like the surgery or whatever happens down the road doesn't go well, that might be the end of me. really know. But I can't, the life I've lived, I can't see a wheelchair, assisted living, people doing things for me type of existence. It's like I already got abused by this aid worker that's going to come here in a little bit when she was lying to me during COVID, and I'm falling down, getting hurt, doing stuff that she's supposed to be doing. Not to mention the fact when I don't fall down that like I got sore legs doing stuff that she's supposed to be doing and she's getting paid to do, but she's lying to me. Uh, I don't want to be the person from Gone with the Wind who relies upon the kindness of strangers, because I've always relied upon the kindness of strangers, but because that hasn't worked out. Relying on the kindness of people that I've known my whole life hasn't worked out for me. So relying on the kindness of strangers, no, no, thank you. No thank you to wheelchairs. No thank you to assisted living. No thank you to continued existence under those conditions where I have to trust people. I'm not getting abused. I'm not getting in a situation where I can't fend for myself. I'm not getting in that situation. So it's like the knee is an all or nothing proposition. So I'm going to try to go through Omni Orthopedics and try to get a referral. If that doesn't work on the basis of the CRPS, I'll keep trying until I get to the point where I have surgery, or until I get to the point where it's clear that, I'm not going to be able to walk, and then I'm gone, I'm out of here. I gave it more of a shot than most people would, because CRPS for since I was 18 years old, and I'm 52. And the basics of human existence, human contact, physical affection, sex, a normal kind of life, any kind of like self-esteem building thing like regular employment. I've never had any of these things. Why in the hell would I want to keep going into a, a situation where I've lived that kind of life and it's going to be worse, and I'm going to be relying on people? I'm going to be at the mercy of the human race. It's like have been at the mercy of the universe, and the universe is not very kind to me. And I've been at the mercy of loved ones, and loved ones have not been very kind to me. I'm not going to be at the mercy of strangers and expect them to be kind to me because they are an extension of the universe. And I've already experienced that shit here during the COVID thing, where this woman that's going to come here, she don't give two fucks about me. It's like, that's just, when you're just a job to people, at least your family, if they're fucked in the head, they might still care about you. They might hurt you, but it might not necessarily be on purpose. It could just be because they're fucked up in the head. They might actually care about you, but they might be so twisted that they're not doing it on purpose. But when you're talking about strangers, where like they hate their jobs and you're part of their job, I don't need to tell you about that stuff. What can happen to people that get in situations where they can't physically take care of themselves anymore? And I've already seen it, with my mother, and it's like, that's not going to be me. So, yeah, these are the kind of things that I'm looking at. Oh, she's here. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.